That's it, guys. Week 16 is a wrap. It's over with. We're now into week 17. I'm here in the studio today with Rolf. We got a special guest today, Josh Allen.
What's up,
Just kidding.
guys?
It's just Josh.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. He's a big sports enthusiast. He loves football. He goes for the Saints. I don't know why we brought him here today, but he's here. I'm just giving you crap. So yeah, go ahead and bring us in for Thursday Night Football last week.
Yeah, so my Saints, they went over to LA, Saints versus Rams. I did expect what happened. I was ready for that. But, why can't the Saints learn from their mistakes already? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The biggest question mark and, the red flag on the Saints right now is their offense.
Yep.
Derek Carr, he's not playing good. When he's in the red zone, he forgets how to play football. Right. He has no idea what he's doing, in my opinion. And, even for Alvin Kamara, he's a great player. He's my favorite player. But the Rams locked him down this week. They knew what they were doing. Yeah. So, give props to them.
19 yards.
Yeah. That's a low for him.
Yeah. I know, yeah. Even, he's great in the passing game too, but, they got him there.
They took him down.
They knew exactly what to do with him.
The Rams came out. Puka had 164 yards, 1 touchdown. Kyron Williams touchdown again, 104 rushing yards. The Rams look healthy. They look good.
They look great.
Their offense looks great.
They look great. Yeah, Matt Stafford did amazing. 328 yards. You think they're going to be a problem?
They are. Honestly, they are because so they started off really bad because they had all injuries. I think I told you last week, right? That they all had injuries. The Rams for Cooper was out, Puka was out, Stafford was out. So they took 3. It was like 3-6. They were 3-6 to be 8-7 when they're all healthy. What does that tell you? The Rams are the real deal.
Mm-hmm. They are the real deal.
They're in 6th seed right now. Mm-hmm. They got the Lions in the playoffs as of now. So that'll be an interesting matchup. So we took the Rams on that when we got that 1-0. All right, up next, we got my boys. Disappointed. Bengals lost to the Steelers. Horrible game by the Bengals. We took the Bengals, but...
Yeah, what happened there?
11-34. Jake Browning's run had to come to an end. 3-0 magical run. It had to come to an end. Steelers locked them in.
Yeah, I know that feeling when I had that similar feeling last week.
Yep.
Where I can't remember what game it was.
Broncos and Lions.
Broncos and Lions. I woke up and I thought, you know what? I picked the Broncos. I woke up. I had a feeling that the Lions were gonna do great.
Lions destroyed,
and they destroyed.
Pickens came to play. 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mason Rudolph though, he had a better game than Pickett and Trubisky. Mm-hmm. He came out. He had a lot of yards. Had a good game overall.
Next Saturday game, Bills against Chargers.
Wait, hold on. What was your prediction for this game?
I know, 80-0. I thought it was the way the Bills played the week before and the way the Chargers played the week before. I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be a blowout. This is going to be a complete blowout. But I don't know with the Chargers' new coach and all, but they put up a battle against the Bills.
Yep.
I mean, I know the Chargers are done already. But to put that performance against the Bills was great. It was ended with 24-22. Allen for 237 yards. Cook did not have a game.
Nothing. He did nothing.
So I don't know. I mean, I'm glad that the Bills won, but it was a lot. It was a lot closer.
Yeah, this game was way too close than it had to be. That's for sure. By a 2-point game. What do you think about this overall right now? The Chargers.
Yeah, so the game in general, it definitely, on the Bills side, it shouldn't have been this close. Yeah. Especially because if they did lose, it would have really sucked for them. It was a must-win game. They did win. It was just too close, But how I think of it and what I always notice is this. So whenever a head coach gets fired, even the general manager got fired too, for the Chargers. The next week with their new coach, it's always something different. You don't really know what to expect. Yeah. If they suck, you expect them to do bad. But sometimes, the coach just changes. Yeah. It changes everything.
The mentality.
Yeah. And if you think about it, it's really a whole new game plan. Yeah. It's a whole new everything. Yeah. So since they really got rid of... So the old head coach, he was in charge of calling plays too. Mm-hmm. Not his job anymore. He's gone. Damn. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, this is a totally different game plan. The Chargers, they really surprised a lot of people. Honestly, they surprised me. Yeah. So, it was... I expected the Bills to win, but, it was just really close. It was kind of weird.
Yeah. It was weird. We took the Bills, so now we're 2-1. Up next, we had the Browns over the Texans. We took the Browns, so we got that 3-1. Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper had a historical game, dude. 51 fantasy points, 265 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a single record in the game for the Browns. What you guys' thoughts on this one? Go ahead, Ralph.
Man, I mean, I'm just happy that I'm happy to see the Browns doing well, especially after what they did to the Bears. You know, I mean, they're a good team. They're a good team, and it definitely showed. Obviously, Texans didn't have C.J. Stroud. I'm not sure how much of a difference that would have made, but Flacco's playing amazing. He's playing incredible.
He's elite. I tell you, we keep saying it every week. He's elite. He's doing things for the Browns.
And you know what? Good for him too. I saw a post where the interviewer asked him, "How does it feel, to be a part of the Browns in this moment?" You know, and he's like, "You know what? We're winning December games. It feels good. You know, I never thought I'd feel this feeling again."
Yeah.
And it looked like he was getting emotional the way he was talking about it, but it was just like you can tell that moment was very special for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, especially they're definitely going to the playoffs for sure, I think. But yeah, good for them.
Yeah, good for the Browns. Again, 368 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did have 2 interceptions, but that didn't make a difference in this game.
That never does. Remember last week?
Yep. He's just going out. Browns are looking good. I know I got them I got them for the last week of the year, Bengals Browns. So I know we're taking that L.
So up next, it was the Commanders versus the Jets. You know, this game I saw on Twitter was the 32nd ranked Jets offense versus the 32nd
I did see that.
Commanders defense. So, if you really think about it, you don't know what you're going to expect.
Yeah.
But I actually didn't expect the Jets offense to do as good as they did in the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, you don't expect that from what you've seen the Jets and how they've been playing. But then, later on, you saw the Commanders came back as well. So, it was kind of weird. But they benched Sam Howell. He was playing. He wasn't doing good, wasn't doing anything. But at the same time, Jets defense is really good.
They're good,
yep. And then they put in
Brissett,
yes.
Jacoby Brissett, yeah.
He did something, and they were running the ball as well. So, it was close. It was a close comeback, but it was,
yeah,
it would have been really embarrassing if the Jets lost.
Yeah, Jets literally almost blew. They were up 27-7. They almost blew that lead. It was 27-28, and they won 30-28.
It would have been the most Jets thing for them to lose.
The most Jets thing.
That's the most Jets thing but did we pick the Jets?
No, we took the Commanders.
Oh, what?
We took the Commanders.
I thought I picked the Jets.
No, we took the Commanders, and now we're 3-2 for this week so far. But I've been telling you, bro, Breece Hall.
I shouldn't have done that.
Breece Hall has been going off.
That guy, yeah.
Breece Hall. He's from Iowa State. He's been going 191 yards, 191 total yards, 2 touchdowns. Breece Hall is a great addition to this Jets team. He's putting up numbers. He's moving the ball for them. So he's been one of their biggest weapons this year. All right. Up next, we have the Seahawks taking over the Titans. That was a scare for them at first. It was first half was 6-10, right? Seahawks were looking a little shaky. But Geno Smith came back, did his thing. He got 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, 20-17 final score. Seahawks still have a chance in the playoffs.
So, the Seahawks, they're, they had a little bit of a losing streak going on. When they beat the Eagles, and then they won last week. This is good for them. They had a losing streak going on, but now it kind of looks like they're getting things back into rhythm.
Yeah, I was keeping an eye on this game. I wasn't watching it, but I was keeping an eye on it. I saw the Titans were coming up, but I'm really glad that we picked the Seahawks because they're like Josh said, they're picking up rhythm now.
Yeah, they are. They looked good last week against Titans. They look good against the Eagles. We'll see. I think we'll see them in the playoffs. They're looking good.
I think so too.
All right, up next, we have the Colts against the Falcons. We took the Colts. Falcons took it 29-10.
I wasn't expecting the Falcons to play this well. I wasn't expecting the Falcons to win. I wasn't expecting the Falcons to win. I know that as a Bears fan, I'm always updated with the news about the Bears, and so they're thinking of getting Fields. How do you think Fields will play with this Falcons team?
Heard about something like that. If Fields played for the Falcons, honestly, I think the Falcons could win the South next year. Like if it happened, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Fields, he has that ability. He's good in the pocket. He knows how to escape if he's in some trouble. And his receivers, they aren't the best, but the draft's coming up, free agency's coming up. They could be better. Their defense is getting better from last year, of course, as well. And Bijan Robinson, he was a beast in college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
He's having a pretty good season. In the beginning, it was a little slow because, they didn't really give him the ball too much. But if Fields was in this team, I honestly think they would winning record for sure.
And I feel like it's such a young core right now, the Falcons team. So they can definitely, use this and who knows? Like you said, maybe they could take over the South next year.
They got a future.
I'm happy the Colts did lose though, but I was mad because the Bengals lost again. I needed the Colts to lose and Bengals to win, but
Evens out.
They both took an L. Up next, we have the Packers against the Panthers. We took the Packers. We're now 5-3, 33-30. What's up with this game? Go ahead, Rob. Bring us in.
This was a funny game. Listen, I bought tickets to this game. This is a funny game. Panthers, congratulations to them. This is the first time that they reached 30 points against the Packers. Not sure what's going on with the Packers defense. Jordan Love, again, Mr. Inconsistent.
Mr. Inconsistent, we say it every week.
But I'm a big fan of him. Bryce Young, I think I didn't see this game, but it looks like he did pretty well.
First game over 300 yards, 2 touchdowns. It seems like the Panthers are waking up at the end of the season. Like they're giving teams a fight. It's not just blowouts anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're just maybe because everyone's giving up. Like it's like, and Panthers, you know what? We're still gonna finish strong regardless if we're losing.
Yeah.
But they again 30-33. They almost won this game. They came back and they almost won this game.
This is actually good that they lost this game. It keeps the Bears with their first pick. But all well to the Panthers.
Yeah, Packers just barely get by to keep the playoff hopes alive with that late field goal.
Yep.
They got who do they got next week?
Who?
Packers and Vikings, and they got the Bears. So they got 2 tough games for them coming. If they want to win these playoffs, they got to win both games.
If the Packers play like this, the Bears are beating them.
Both teams are going to beat them. Vikings and the Bears are going to beat them. Mm-hmm. All right, so up next, we have the Lions against the Vikings. We took the Lions. They did win this game, 30-24. The Lions had a lot riding on this game. This game was great.
Yes.
It was back and forth.
Back and forth. Like we said, divisional games are always going off. Both teams came to play. Mullins, 411 yards.
Bro, wow.
400 yards for this kid. 4 interceptions, though. Yeah. So he matched his 4 for 4.
4 for 4.
Jefferson had a good game. Finally had a good game back. 141 yards, 1 touchdown. But the Lions just still look better. Did you watch this game or not? Anybody watch this game?
I kind of watched this game
like a little bit.
Yeah, I was. It was on the TV, but I was just kind of like
I was just there.
Yeah. But yeah. So Lions, congratulations to them. I don't think they've ever led their division in how many years?
Oh yeah, that's a good thing to bring up.
So
I believe 1993.
1993.
30 years.
30 years. So I mean, everyone's got to get their flowers someday. So congratulations to Lions fans. You guys deserve it. You guys play hard. Yeah. Next year it's going to be a different story though. It's going to be a different story.
We'll see what happens next year in that division. But yeah, we took the Lions, so now we are 6-3. All right, and then we got the Jags against the Bucks. The Bucks took this one. We took the Jags. I'm done with the Jags. I'm done.
What is going on?
I'm done with them. I just can't anymore.
I don't know.
They look awful. 12-30, 4-game losing streak. They're just throwing away their playoff chance.
So the thing is with the Jags is, in the beginning of the season, I had them as the first seed in the AFC.
Yeah.
Obviously it's not the case anymore from what's been going on. But with this game, it's just so weird because you expected a lot from them.
Right.
Their team is so young, but so good. Even their head coach, Doug Peterson, he's been in the playoffs. He's been in the Super Bowl. He's won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
So with him and what he's doing with his players, it's really questionable. Especially in this time, it's about to be the playoffs. And they're throwing away their chances to even win a division.
Yep.
Because one win from the Texans and another lose from the Jags, they're in the wild card spot. But who even knows? They might not even be in the wild card spot.
Right. The way they 4-game losing streak. I remember when they were 8-3, they looked amazing.
They were
really 8-3. All right, cool. I'm taking the Jags. Next thing 8-4, 8-5, 8-6, now 8-7. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, Mayfield's going off.
Yes.
Mayfield is looking great. Mike Evans had 2 touchdowns. Mayfield got the ball to him. They're in the playoffs right now. I could see them staying. The Bucks are looking good. I think they have an easy 2 more games. We took the Jags, so now we're 6-4 on this week. Up next, Rob, go ahead and bring your team in.
Okay, my team. Up next, we had the Chicago Bears against the Arizona Cardinals, which we all know that the Cardinals used to belong to Illinois. But history. Bears took it for the win. But there was a moment in that game. I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was a moment where the Bears were slipping.
Yeah.
They got an interception. I'm like, oh, is it going to happen again? Because the Bears have blown a lead in the fourth quarter. I don't think this was in the fourth quarter, but we've blown leads We should have a completely different record right now.
I agree.
Yeah.
We should be on the road to playoffs. We technically still are, but it's like a 1% chance. And they almost did the same thing with the Cardinals. Thankfully, the Cardinals aren't strong enough to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
I think Justin Fields played well. Cole Kmet played well. Unfortunately, he's injured. DJ Moore's injured, which is a huge blow to our offense. We already don't really have a strong offense.
Yeah.
And, with those guys gone, we'll see how they play next week against Arizona. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sorry, against the Falcons.
The Falcons, yeah.
Who we were just talking about earlier. One, they look kind of good, so I think it should be probably an even fight with the Bears.
Yeah, 27-16. You know what? I was kind of happy that DJ Moore got out. Sorry to the Bears fans, but I was against him in fantasy, and because of him, I won.
Oh, okay. So his injury helped.
His injury helped my team win. So
because of him, I lost.
He had him on his team, and he lost.
I don't think they should be playing him though, because he's had this ankle issue for weeks now.
Yeah,
and they're stressing it out.
They're stressing it out, and honestly, I think they should just sit him out next game.
Yeah.
All right. So our next game is the Cowboys versus Dolphins. With this game, you've heard the Dolphins, great team, but also they haven't beaten a team that's over 500. Have you guys seen that?
Both teams are like that pretty much.
Yeah. Both teams are really good, but sometimes when they face a good team, they're also like really bad, know? With this game, I did expect the Cowboys to win. And in the beginning, that's what it seemed like, especially because the Cowboys defense, they locked down Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. No, they did.
Nothing. Tyreek Hill it was like he was a ghost. You know what I mean?
Nothing. He had no receptions, no yards, nothing. Very minimal.
Mm-hmm. And then, in the second half, he did come back though. It really did help the Dolphins to put some points on the board. He didn't score, but he moved the ball around. He helped them a lot. Mm-hmm. And then that game, I really do like that. I do like that the Dolphins won. Congrats to them. They clinched the playoff spot.
Oh yeah, that's
right.
It was pretty entertaining, honestly.
It was a good game. Yeah, I mean, the Dolphins always do well at home.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting anything less. I think we picked the Dolphins.
We took the Dolphins. They're 8. That's 8-4 for us. So we're looking good at this moment. Cowboys take second L in a row. Took the second L in a row. There was a lot of field goals in this game. So both quarterbacks are not doing what they normally do, throwing touchdowns, right? So it wasn't as explosive. But yeah, I'm happy the Dolphins won because I don't like the Cowboys either. Up next, we have the game that should have not been a primetime game. Patriots against the Broncos. Turned out to be not that bad of a game. It did turn 23-23 in the fourth quarter. Patriots took it to upset the Broncos 26-23. What the hell happened here?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, congrats to the Patriots, even though they're long gone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's a celebration that they needed. I saw Belichick's reaction after the field goal. He just has such a blank expression.
Yeah.
You don't know if he's definitely not happy, but I don't know what to make of it. Broncos, I think this is their second loss. Mm-hmm. They're having a little bit of a dip. What do you guys think?
Well, I was interested so I didn't really watch this game because it was Christmas Eve. So I was like, I had it on, but I wasn't like physically fully. But at halftime it was 3-7. I was like, oh, this is a boring game. I'm happy I'm not watching it. But then I come back and next thing I see it was 23-7. Patriots. I'm like, what the hell's going on? They scored 2 back-to-back touchdowns within seconds of each other, which is crazy. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the Broncos were just didn't show up or what happened the second half. The first half. But they tied it up. So we know that they're good. We know the Patriots' defense isn't that great. But they're losing their chances in the playoffs now with this loss. So now they're back in the hunt. We'll see what happens with the Broncos. We are 8-5 after this one because we took the Broncos. Up next, another upset to start the day off. Raiders at Chiefs. Oh, I am done with the Chiefs. Now, this is another team I'm done with. I'm done with the Chiefs. Another L.
But you predicted this. I didn't see this coming. You said, okay, this is a divisional game. They're always tough.
Yep.
And I kind of doubted that because no way the Chiefs are going to, I think the Chiefs are going to take it. It's at home, but the Raiders took it for the win. And I think they played in a dominant fashion.
Yeah. And it was interesting because it wasn't even an offensive game.
Right.
It was 2 touchdowns for the defense from the Raiders, interceptions and a fumble. and they won this game. You know, so when I saw that, I was like, no way. The Chiefs got blown 20-14.
I know Mahomes for 53 yards.
Yeah.
What's going on with Mahomes? What do you guys see?
What do you see? Yeah, what do you see, Ron, Josh?
You know, the Chiefs offense itself, it's messy. It's a mess. You know, Patrick Mahomes, he can't trust his wide receivers, and it's been proven. You know, they mess up, they can't catch the ball. You know, it's like they don't even know what they're doing. And, you know, Travis Kelce, he's a great tight end, but let's be real, he's not the same player as he was last year.
Not at all. That's what I was thinking about, too. He's not. I haven't seen him do anything.
The pass defense from the Chiefs was just so messy. You know, they couldn't get the ball around. Even with running it, Isaiah Pacheco fumbled the ball, and then Raiders got it for a touchdown.
Yep.
And Mahomes trying to trust his receivers, but he can't. You know, he gets intercepted.
That's right.
It's just, it's really a mess. But on the Raiders side of it, congrats to them. You know what I mean? Because, you know, earlier in the season, hopes were gone. You know, they fired their head coach. They had to bench and get a rookie for their, what's it, Aiden O'Connell?
Aiden O'Connell, yeah.
They fired their head coach, and they had to bench Garoppolo and put in the rookie, Aiden O'Connell. But for the Raiders, it's been a big surprise with their new head coach for now. Honestly, he should have the permanent job. He's been doing great. He beat the Chiefs.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And for the Chiefs on that side losing to a Raiders team
at home,
like with a head coach that's not even an official head coach, like with them losing, if the Chiefs haven't figured it out now, this is a big wake up call. They need to fix things.
They have to win the next 2 games, otherwise they're done. But yeah, we took the Chiefs, and another L for us, 8-6.
All right, next we have the midday game. Pretty entertaining game, honestly.
Yeah,
we had the Giants against the Eagles. The Giants had a little. I mean, Eagles won. We had the Eagles.
Yeah.
Giants had a little bit. They put some pressure.
They did.
They did make it a little competitive.
There was at one point where I was looking at the live bets. The Eagles were -21 at one point to win by 21. I think they were up. They were up at some point. They just kept getting the ball back to only lose by 8. That was crazy.
Yeah.
You know, the Giants were making a comeback. It felt like, right, because it was touchdown. We're like, oh snap, okay, here they come.
Yep.
But Jalen Hurts finally looked good. He came to play. He ended the losing streak. Good for him. Good for the Eagles. Good for the Eagles' morale. So we'll see where they go with the next 2 weeks. They're in the playoffs, 2nd seed right now.
That's right.
But they're fighting for the top seeds, you know?
Yep.
All right. And then we have the Christmas game of the weekend, probably game of the year, was supposed to be the game of the year. Ravens and the 49ers. Ravens took this one. Upset in San Francisco. I took the 49ers. Rolf came out with the win this week. Ravens took it. Rolf, you are 10-6. I'm 9-7. How's it feel to win?
You know what? It's so funny because even though I picked the Ravens, I was kind of leaning towards the 49ers. I wasn't expecting this game to happen the way it did.
Yeah.
4 interceptions.
Brock Purdy with 4 interceptions.
That is wild. Like Ravens, they look kind of weak starting.
Yeah.
You know, like there was a lot of pressure. And as soon as Brock Purdy came in, he was just running the ball. They almost had a touchdown, but that's when things started falling apart.
Interception.
Got an interception. You know, you could see the disappointment in Purdy's face. He couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, he could not figure it out.
Yeah, so, I had in my notes just to make you guys laugh. I had to put Brock Purdy, man of the match. 4 interceptions, no passing yards. He's just ruining his MVP race.
That's another thing I was going to mention.
Yeah, like, Lamar is now at the top.
After this performance, there's no way he's going to win MVP.
No,
an MVP should not, especially at this caliber, should not have 4 interceptions.
Yep.
You know, this was a big game. So all that talks is thrown out the window. As for, you know, now we have Lamar, and or in my opinion, we have McCaffrey.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? What do you think about this game?
How did you see this game?
Any thoughts?
How did you see this game, Josh?
Yeah, so I pay a lot of attention to this game. Yeah. And in my opinion, it's official. The Ravens are the best team in the NFL right now, and they proved it. Yep. They beat the best team in the NFC. You know, coming into this game, both teams were each number 1 seed on their side of AFC into NFC. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the Ravens did start off slow, and the 49ers defense did their thing. But then, you know, Lamar Jackson, honestly, this season, you can't doubt him. In my opinion, he's been the most consistent quarterback.
Oh, yeah, all year.
He hasn't been, he hasn't had a downfall like many other quarterbacks. Like Mahomes, he's having his downfall. Josh Allen had his downfall at one point.
That's right.
And Lamar, he's just doing great. And the crazy thing about it is the Ravens, how it's so weird, but not weird. They are the number 1 team in the AFC. They lost Mark Andrews earlier in the season. They lost Keenan Mitchell. And, props to Zay Flowers. That guy, the rookie, he's doing amazing.
He's doing great.
He's doing his thing. Coming into the season, he was wide receiver 2, I believe. Odell as wide receiver 1. Odell had his, his expected injuries. But Zay Flowers, that guy, he did great yesterday.
Yep.
And with the Ravens on their defensive side of the ball, like you guys said, they locked down Brock Purdy.
They locked him down.
They did. I mean, they have a great defense.
Like, if you think about it, the 49ers coming into this game, so much talent, especially with passing the ball. But, with the Ravens defense, they locked it down.
They forgot how to play. Okay, so now Ravens won this game. Back to what I told you last week, my conspiracy on the whole Super Bowl. We predict Ravens 49ers in the bowl. Mm-hmm. And I had said, whoever wins this game is not going to win the bowl. What do you guys think about that now?
If this team goes to the Super Bowl against that 49ers, it's the same thing. I don't think there's no conspiracy. I don't think there's any script. I think the Ravens beat the 49ers again.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe the 49ers come up with something that can so that they can pass the defense. I don't think there's no conspiracy theory. If the 49ers do end up winning the Super Bowl, even if they get there, then there's got to be some luck played into that.
We'll see. What about you? What do you think?
I don't know if you want to call it conspiracy, but I do agree with you. I think if they do meet up in the Super Bowl again, I think the 49ers take it. So, recently, Kyle Shanahan has been to the Super Bowl. This 49ers team has been to the Super Bowl.
Right.
They know how it is, Sad, bad for them they lost, against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But, after that, they've basically been in the playoffs for every year. And the Ravens, they have too. But it's been more than 10 years. No, about to be 10 years since the Ravens won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And, I think the 49ers, with the team they have, the players they have, they've been to the playoffs before. They kind of have a similar team to when they had in 2020. So I think if they went back to the playoffs, they lost last year, heartbreaking. The year before, heartbreaking. They lost. Mm-hmm. They don't want that anymore. They want the Super Bowl now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still feel like this is their year they could do it.
Couldn't agree more to that. They've been good all year. The games that they've lost have just been flukes, like weird upsets. Something happened during the games. I say the 49ers take the Ravens if they do meet again.
I think they will. I still think these teams are Super Bowl caliber teams.
Because I see nobody in the division beating them, on their sides. I see or their conference, sorry. I see no one in their conference taking them down.
Let's just take a note. When the Super Bowl does come, I'm going to take the Ravens.
All right. We got that bet. We'll get that bet now. 49ers against the Ravens. I got the 49ers. You got the Ravens in the bowl.
All right.
Let's get it. All right. So that ends our Week 16 recap. Not bad. Ralph, you won this week's 10-6, 9-7. I lost. We'll see what happens in Week 17.
I got to be more precise with my picks.
I think me too. I mean, it's not that I think we're picking the right picks. It's just these upsets are happening nonstop.
We got to see them coming.
All right. But let's change it up a little bit. Let's go back into the playoffs. Let's talk about the AFC. Ravens are in first at 12-3. Dolphins 11-4. Chiefs 9-6. The Jags are 8-7. So top 4. Then we got the Browns at 10-5. Bills at 9-6. And the Colts at 8-7. Those are our top 7 teams in the AFC, with the Texans, Steelers, Bengals, Raiders, and Broncos still in the hunt. What do you guys think?
I think the teams that are doing well right now are going to make, or who have a positive record right now are going to make it. Obviously, Ravens, Dolphins. I see the Browns going all the way as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with Bills. Bills are kind of like that. I still feel like they're kind of like a underdog team for some reason. I don't know why, but I feel like they're like an underdog team. I really want to see them win.
Yeah, because normally they're doing so well, but this year they had their rough patch. Yeah, they had their rough patch in the middle of the season. So now they're 9-6. But do you guys think those top 7 teams are the teams that are going to make it? Do we agree with that?
Can you repeat them?
So it's Ravens, Dolphins, Chiefs, Jags, Browns, Bills, and Colts are our top 7 teams right now in the AFC.
Yes for the Browns. Yes for the Bills. The Colts, it's a coin toss really, because they have the same record as the Texans and the Jaguars. And, there's 2 weeks left. Both teams are going to really try. They're going to try their best to make it in this playoffs, to get the last playoff spot in the wild card or division. But my take for sure is it's either going to be Jags, Colts, or the Texans.
No, I agree. I do like. I could see obviously Ravens, Dolphins, Chiefs, and Browns. Jags, they got to wake up in these last two games. Colts as well. Bills, I think they're going to take the next two. But Colts are a coin toss, like you just said. I'd rather see the Texans than the Colts in there. So hopefully the Texans can pull it out.
I really want to see the Texans.
That'd be nice. CJ Stroud.
It sucks he's been out for 2 weeks, but I'm excited for him to come back.
Thankfully, they only took it was 1-1. They took 1-0 and they won the last week. Not Titans, but the one before. Yep. Okay, so that's the AFC. The NFC is looking interesting.
It's my favorite one.
49ers at top, Eagles, Lions, Bucks. Then we got the Cowboys, Rams, and Seahawks. In the hunt, Vikings, Falcons, Packers, and Saints.
I think we have the 49ers 100%, Lions 100%, Eagles 100%. Same thing with Dallas. The Bucks, I think, have a solid chance of making it. They do. Same goes for the Rams as well. I don't see the Packers doing it. And I think the more kind of, how do I say, the one that depend on the next few games the most are the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, because if they win, they're up there. They can take it. They just got to beat the next two games. And Packers have tough two games against the Vikings, who are also battling. So either way, one of them will not make it for sure, of course. Well, they could both not make it, right? Falcons and Saints. Do they play against each other again? Or they're done?
I believe the last week.
The last game, right? Okay. So they're going to battle against each other. It's just tough since there's so many tight games in this one from 6th to 11th rank. But yeah, I think it's going to be a great playoffs this year. It's going to be interesting. I'm still loving the Ravens and 49ers. I wouldn't mind the Dolphins in the Super Bowl.
That'd be fun.
Or the Lions. I wouldn't mind the Lions in the Super Bowl. I wouldn't mind that.
Honestly, I kind of like. I'd like that actually.
I just don't want to see the Chiefs.
No, they're done. Yeah.
I don't want to see the Chiefs. I wouldn't mind the Bills as well. Bills would be great. Be a great little story to come back from, like it's kind of like underdog style, but not really.
I can already see the documentary.
Oh yeah. All right, so that's playoff talk. Just something slight. Week 17 is here, guys. We have 2 weeks left in this football season. Football regular season.
Man,
it goes by so fast, huh?
It's sad to see that it's already close to coming to an end. It's coming to an end, the regular season, but playoffs is also an exciting thing to look at.
I was telling Ralph the other day. I remember how when we would watch the Super Bowl, and then we're like, damn, now we gotta wait all year till August for preseason and then September. And then when we get to September, we're like, damn, it's gonna go like this. And the next thing you know, it's already Super Bowl. Happens to me every year.
First game for week 17, we have the Jets against the Browns. This is going to be a home game for the Browns. The Browns do excellent at home. They're 7-1 at home. I am going to go with the Browns on this one.
Yeah, I'm taking the Browns all day. They're -7, so it's got to be a high-scoring game for them. Two great defenses, so we know Flacco's going to be tested again against a good defense. But I don't see that stopping Flacco and the offense. They're going to still take over the Jets. I don't think it's going to be as high-scoring, though. I think it'll be still a nice little maybe 17-6, 17-9 kind of game. Nothing too crazy, but I feel like it's going to be something like that. Jets, the offense is going to struggle against the Browns defense for sure.
I agree. How do you see it, Josh?
I agree with both of you. I see the Browns winning this game. If they win this game, I'm pretty sure they clinch a playoff spot already. Yeah. So, they have a good mentality and a good mindset that they should have a good mentality and mindset coming into this game. Just knowing the good that can come out of it.
Yeah.
Right. The Jets offense last week did pretty good, but like I said, against the worst ranked defense, Washington Commanders. So I don't see really the Jets doing a lot in this game, but the Browns, they are facing a good Jets defense, but at the end of the day, Browns offense is better. They better than the Jets. Mm-hmm. The Browns are going to win this game.
Yep, easy. All right, so we're taking the Browns. Saturday game I'm excited to see. I don't know about you guys, but Lions at Cowboys. Cowboys are -6, so they're a bigger favorite than the Lions this week. But I can see this game going either way. It can go either way. I am going to take the Lions. I'm going to take the Cowboys though, because they're on a 2-game losing streak. They're at home. We talked about the Cowboys at home. Mm-hmm. They're good at home. But yeah, I'm taking the Cowboys.
I think I'm going to take the Cowboys as well. I don't want to. I'd rather have the Lions take this one, But again, the Cowboys are a powerhouse when it comes to home games.
Yeah.
And they are in a bit of a losing streak. Losing streaks typically last around 3 games.
Yep, exactly.
So this could be an upset. I don't know what the numbers say, but it could be an upset. I'm going to go with my heart. I'm going to say Lions.
You took the Lions. All right, you got the Lions. I got the Cowboys. Josh, who are you taking and what do you think?
I agree with you. I'm going to take the Cowboys. Like you said, Cowboys 2-game losing streak. That's not good. That's not good right now. But really, it's not too much to worry about. I feel like they are still a great team.
Yeah.
A great contender in general in the NFL. If they do lose this game, it's going to be kind of weird. Like,
exactly.
Sunday
we have the Dolphins at the Ravens with the Ravens as a minus 3.5 favorite. It's going to be a great game.
Another
great game. I'm mad it's at 12 o'clock, but...
Is it 2 seed versus 3? No, 1 seed versus 2 seed.
Yeah, 1 versus 2 in the AFC. So we got another great game that shouldn't disappoint.
I mean, I know the Ravens have already solidified themselves as the best team in the league.
Oh, yeah.
What does a win against the Dolphins tell everyone about the Ravens?
Exactly. So I think that it'll show, like I told you, that the Ravens expose the 49ers, right? Now, the Dolphins come in and beat the Ravens, let's say, they're going to expose the Ravens. And what does that tell you? That it's no one's safe. Mm-hmm. No one is safe. The Ravens just look better against the 49ers. Oh, but they just got blown by the Dolphins.
Right.
Or like the Browns just beat the 49ers. It's like, what?
Yeah.
No one is safe, So these games, that's what I'm saying. These games, there has to be a story to these games, a storyline. There has to be. Trust me, it just has to be. It has to be a storyline.
Sure.
But I'm taking the Ravens in this game. Defensively they are better, but Dolphins are good. They're legit.
This is kind of tricky. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Josh? How do you see this game unfolding?
I'm gonna take the Ravens on this one, really, because it's not gonna be like a blowout. I don't feel like it is.
Yeah, no, not.
It's another great offense versus a great defense. The Ravens are gonna get tested again this week, but I just have the Ravens on this one. They are playing in Baltimore, which is I feel like is kind of leading me to take the Ravens. They have the home advantage at this point. But I don't know. I feel like the Ravens will be ready.
Do you think Tyreek Hill is going to be just absolutely block this game as well?
No, I feel like they are going to try to lock him down, but I feel like he is going to have a better week than he had last week.
Right. That's what. Yeah.
You know what I kind of think? I don't know. Now I'm kind of seeing it the other way. I feel like it could be an upset. I could see the Dolphins winning.
Okay.
So I could see it because Ravens are on fire. They're due for a loss now after this. They're on a 5-game win streak, I think. Mm-hmm. Right? They look great. I don't know. It's going to be a tough game. I can see the Dolphins coming out and just shutting out the Ravens.
Can you imagine the Dolphins just
obliterating the Ravens?
Winning against the Ravens and winning against the Cowboys 2 weeks in a row.
Can you imagine that?
Oh my God. What a crazy 2 weeks to be a Dolphins fan, right?
That'd be something. Dolphins offense is amazing. Raheem Mostert, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, they all look great. Tua's amazing.
I agree. Like going into this game, you think, Dolphins, amazing offense. Yeah. But earlier in the season, everyone said the same thing about the Lions. Great offense, but the Ravens destroyed them.
Yeah.
So it's not going to look like that, I don't feel like, but the Ravens, I have a feeling they know what they're doing. They have a good game plan going into this.
I think if these guys do win this game, they're going all the way to the bowl. Easy. This is their last test. Mm-hmm. The next week they have the Steelers, and they're going to take them easy. But you know what? I'm going to stick with my pick. I'm going with the Ravens.
All right.
Here we go. Up next, we got Patriots at the Bills. Bills are minus 11.5. I'm taking the Bills. I'm taking Josh Allen and the Bills this week.
Yeah, with this game, earlier in the season, they faced Patriots that upset the Bills, but that was when the Bills were kind of getting their downfall in the season. Oh, yeah. But, the Bills, they kind of got humbled, and they are getting better. Yeah. They are going to make the playoffs. I feel like I'm also taking the Bills.
Yeah, this is actually one where I'm going to agree with you guys. I'm going to take the Bills on this one. Josh Allen is doing amazing. I don't see there shouldn't really be any reason for them to lose to the Patriots.
They shouldn't. Yeah, Patriots have woken up lately, and again, they're giving teams a hard time. But I feel like the Bills have just came back from their downfall, looking great. They're trying to secure this playoff spot. So I'm taking the Bills all day. Josh Allen has looked amazing. He's on my fantasy team. We're going to the bowl, baby. Let's get it. All right, Ralph, go ahead and bring in your Bears.
All right, so next game, it's going to be the Chicago Bears against the Falcons. I have the Chicago Bears.
Bears are favorites, -3 this week. Another favorite week back-to-back.
Another warm team coming to the cold. Although, if you guys aren't from Chicago, it's been pretty warm.
It has.
Here. Yep. But yeah, I have the Bears winning this one, not by a lot though, not like how they did with the Cardinals. I think this is going to be a much tighter game. I think the Falcons are coming in with a plan, and we'll see how Justin Fields does with all the injuries that are on his offense. I believe in him. I believe in him as a quarterback. I think they can take this one.
He might play against his future team.
Man, I hope not.
How do you guys see it?
I like the Bears as of lately, how they've been playing, but I think I'm going to go with the Falcons just because, again, they're playing for something versus just to play. They got the playoff spot possible. It's going to be a close game, like you said. It's going to be a close game. It can go either way. The quarterback looked great last week. I forgot his name, Heineke, right?
Taylor Heineke, yeah.
Taylor Heineke looked great last week. He came in and did his thing, 29-10 against the Colts. But yeah, I'm taking the Falcons.
How about you, Josh?
I love how the Bears are kind of playing. It's something you want to see. It gives you a little hope. But with this week, I'm going to take the Falcons. It's really because their division is so tight right now. They still have a chance to make the playoffs. Yep. So they know they need to win this game. And honestly, I feel like Bijan Robinson will have a big game. I feel like he's going to run on the Bears defense. But also for the Bears, it's that they lost Cole Kmet last week. Mm-hmm. DJ Moore's in with something. Those are the two main pass catchers for this offense. So with them having a problem itself with dealing with an injury, it's kind of like, that's really concerning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just because of that, since the Bears are looking a little more injury in it, I'm going to take the Falcons.
Yeah, it's not a healthy Bears team at all. I do like your point where you say that the Falcons have a lot more to fight for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is something that the Bears need to keep in mind. I wonder how they're gonna kind of arrange their game plan to fight the Falcons. Our offense is. The Bears' offense is terrible.
I think it's going to be a rushing game, so lock it in. Take Justin Fields over on the yards.
Yeah, honestly.
All right, so Ralph's taking the Bears. Me and Josh are taking the Falcons this week. Up next, we got the Raiders at the Colts. Colts are favorites, -3. This one I'm 50-50, though. I don't know. I can see it go either way. If the Raiders stay consistent as they have been, they could take it. I like the Colts a little more just on offense, but again, we saw them get blown last week to the Falcons, so...
This is an interesting game because the Raiders can be at the top of their division. And I think that might be like kind of a motivating factor. Like if we keep on winning games, we can top Kansas City.
Yeah.
And that's something to say.
Something to fight for.
That's something to fight for. So I think they're going to keep that in mind. Now, Colts is no easy game, obviously, especially for the Raiders. But I'm going to go with the Raiders on this one. Or I could see the Colts because maybe the Raiders think like they're really hot because they just beat the Kansas City, and they might be overestimating themselves. But I think the Raiders are smarter than that. I think they can take it against the Colts. What do you guys think?
Josh, what's your thought?
So with this game, I am gonna take the Raiders. I'm gonna agree with you, Ralph. I'm gonna take the Raiders over the Colts this game. The Raiders, they are pretty hot. They over the last 2 weeks they beat both division rivals, the Chargers and the Chiefs. I don't want to say embarrass the Chiefs, but they embarrassed the Chiefs just because, the Chiefs are a good team, or they're known to be a good team.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And with the Raiders, how their pass defense has been doing recently has been really good. Mm-hmm. And, with that pass defense, if Michael Pittman, he didn't play last week, so he doesn't play this week, I think the Raiders have it. I think they could get this one.
I can see your point. Yeah, I can see your point.
But also at the same time, they could have Josh Jacobs come back because he hasn't been part of the Raiders offense. He's been dealing with an injury.
Yeah.
So with the Raiders, being pretty hot, they have a good, they're feeling good about themselves. Yeah. I like how
there's a good energy in the Raiders locker room.
There is really good energy. The head coach too, he vibes with all the players. He's he just brings a lot of good into them in the locker room. So with that, I'm gonna take the Raiders.
All right, Raiders, and I got the Colts. All good. One of us is gonna win. Up next, we got the Panthers at Jaguars. Jags are -7, but I don't even want to take that -7. Normally, I'm taking the Jags, right? All day we're taking the Jags if they look like they did when they were 8-3. But they're 0-4 right now, the last 4 games. Panthers, again, are keeping the games tight. They're not getting blown anymore. They took one blow to the Saints, but they're keeping it tight. They're putting up a fight, but I'm still going to roll for the Jags one last time. They have to win this game.
I agree with you. I don't think there was a week where I didn't pick the Jags, and this, I wasn't paying attention to next week's game where I was like, I'm not picking the Jags next week. But now seeing that they're against the Panthers, I'm going to pick the Jags, like you said, one last time. If they blow this game, then I don't know what, they're lost.
They're done. Yeah.
They're done. But yeah, how do you see it, Josh?
Yeah, the Jags have been really, really weird this past month itself. Yeah. Last month, you could say. They aren't playing the same as they were when they were 8-3. But, for this week, I feel like they must know what they're doing wrong already. I think they fixed it. They're practicing right now. I think they fixed it. I'm going to take the Jags in this one, though. They're facing the Panthers, the worst team in the NFL. The Panthers don't have nothing to lose. They don't even have the first pick because they traded it to the Bears. Right. So, they're just going to be like, what, let's just play this game. Let's try our best, guys. Fun. But also on the Jags, they have a lot to fight for. They still want to win the division. They're pretty close when it comes to if they could win this division. But the Jags, it's been a long drought of losing. I feel like they know they got it now. I'm taking the Jags.
Yeah. No, the spread is -7. So it's interesting to me because Panthers' last 4 or 5 last games have all been 1-score games. So they've either lost by less than 7. So I'm interested to see if it does hit the -7. But yeah, we're all taking the Jags. Let's get it.
Okay, so next we got the Titans against the Texans. For me, I think CJ Stroud is coming back on this one.
That's what I have. I think he might return. He's questionable still, but it's looking good.
If he does end up playing, I can see the Texans. I'm going to go with the Texans on this one. Same. I think they can take the Titans. Again, the Titans are a team that really don't have anything to play for. The Texans, on the other hand, do. And I could see CJ Stroud just having a game.
He missed 2 games. I'm sure he's going to come back hungry. He was like, I just missed 2 games. We took 1 L. We took 1 dub. Let's come back and keep going. Let's keep that Texans mentality that's been going on all season.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they'll take this one. If they do, again, they're in the playoffs. They're in the hunt. They're right there. But it is a 50-50 game. Again, these games are just all 50-50s right now.
Really?
I think so.
Do you see it as a 50-50?
In a way, yes. Just because the Titans, they have been doing a little better since when they have been playing a little better, overall. But the Texans, they are also fighting for a playoff spot. But I guess I wouldn't really say 50-50. I am taking the Texans in this game. I agree with you. CJ Stroud is hungry. When it comes to CJ Stroud, when the camera points at him, like when it's a very close game, he's just like, he gets emotional. I'd say, you know what I mean? He wants to win. And I believe he deserves to win. He deserves to be in the playoffs with how he's been playing. As a rookie, unbelievable stats. Unbelievable how he's playing. And it's not short passes. Those are deep, long passes. That ball. So CJ Stroud, I feel like he's ready to come back. He's ready to bring this Texans team to the playoffs. Texans 100%.
Oh, yeah. Let's get it. Texans all day from all 3 of us. All right. Up next, we got the Rams at the Giants. Rams at -6.5. I'm taking the Rams. There's no way the Giants are going to beat this offense.
I agree. I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna take the Rams as well.
Yep, Rams have a 6 seed right now. They're gonna fight to keep it. Giants are done for the year. I mean, what else are they got to play for? DeVito just got benched last week, so we got Tyrod Taylor gonna play, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and Matt Stafford all day.
I agree.
Okay, up next we have the Cardinals.
Wait. Oh, I don't agree.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You think that?
What do you think, Josh?
So, hear me out. But I feel like the Giants could get this one. I really think they could. Overall, the Giants, record-wise, they're not that good. But honestly, their defense has been playing a lot better.
That's true.
But also, the Rams offense is also playing a lot better. But at the same time, it comes to where you have a winning streak, it's going to come to an end. And the reason I say that is because, New York, it's cold. Rams, they're going to the Giants. It's cold. They're not really used to that. And the Rams offense is red hot right now, but also the Giants defense, they aren't that bad themselves. And the way that the Giants played last week, it was actually pretty entertaining. I really enjoyed the game when they're facing the Eagles. And at the end, it came really close. And honestly, I think a flag should have been caught at the end. And I feel like the Giants are kind of upset with that one. Yeah. They want to win the next game. They want to win at home with their fans. And I just feel like it's an upset coming. I feel like the Giants could beat the Rams.
That's a great point because, like I said, they don't have anything to play for. But at the same time, you want to keep winning games.
Right.
But I'm still going to keep my point for the Rams. I think Stanford has the experience and the tools to beat this Giants team despite them playing well these past couple of weeks. But, I could see it. The most I can give the Giants is that it won't be an easy win for the Rams. I think they're going to make it difficult.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, so we're taking the Rams. Josh has the Giants. All right, up next, we have the Cardinals at the Eagles. Eagles are a minus 10.5 favorite. Again, should be a free win for the Eagles. They're still fighting for the playoffs. Cardinals are still playing good, but
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to take the Eagles on this one. So this Eagles team, they are a good team. In the beginning of the year, they were a good team. Their defense is a little questionable. And, Jalen Hurts has been playing a little questionable as well. But, with the Eagles, are they tied for the NFC East with the Cowboys? They're kind of tied, right?
They're 11-4. Cowboys 10-5.
Okay. The Eagles, they need a win out in order to win a division. Yeah. And the rest of their schedule is easy. So really, the Eagles, if they want, all they have to do is win these two games. They get a home field advantage. It's great for them in the playoffs. The stadium looks very hard to play. I'm taking the Eagles.
What about you, Ralph?
I agree. I mean, you brought out all the points. It's a birds on birds team. A birds on birds match. I think the Eagles are going to beat the Cardinals. I don't think it's going to be too competitive. Again, home field advantage. They do great at home. I'm going to go with the Eagles.
So the next game is a very exciting game, in my opinion. It is the Saints against the Bucks. I say this is an exciting game because there's a lot of... In this game is personal. Every time they face.
Yeah.
Every year they face, it's a personal game. That's what... I always love watching this game. Because really, both these teams right now, they are very similar. Not similar, but similar records.
Yeah.
And I'm just really excited to see this game. I hate to say this, but I do... I love the Saints. They get me upset every week. Thankfully, they didn't get me upset on Christmas Day because they didn't play on Christmas. But I hate to say this, but I'm taking the Bucks over the Saints just because the Bucks, they're red hot. Baker Mayfield is playing incredible. Derek Carr is not playing incredible. Derek Carr, man, I expected more from you this year. I just really was hoping for a really great offense this year, but the offense has been the worst part of this team.
Yep.
And I love the Saints so much. I love every player, but with no Michael Thomas, he hasn't been as great as he has been years before, but he's not playing. He's not going to play. They do not have Marshawn Lattimore. And, it's always nice to see Marshawn Lattimore versus Mike Evans.
Yeah.
They always have a battle. It's always personal against them. But with those key guys not playing, and Chris Olave is a great receiver and all, Alvin Kamara great, but the Bucks, they have home field advantage here. They're on a hot streak right now. Mm-hmm. Saints are not. Saints are questionable with how they're playing, but I hate to say this, but I'm taking the Bucks.
All right, I couldn't agree more. I'm taking the Bucks. They got the -3. Again, like you said, it's a divisional game. They're gonna be tough. It's gonna be a battle. So I'm actually excited for this game. For once, I'm excited for a Saints game. Only because
this whole time we've been podcasting, this guy's like, and here we have the Saints.
Always. Okay. Yeah. Because every time I take them, I lose. They've been upsets or they've been getting beat every week that I take them.
If the Saints win, though, I'll be really happy. I'll be super happy, but I don't see things like that.
They'll have matching records, 8-8 if the Saints do take over.
That would be awesome.
But I'm taking the Bucks. Like I said, Mayfield's been on fire. The Bucks have been on fire. I'm taking the Bucks all day. Ralph?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bucks as well.
All right, and then our last 12 o'clock game on my list, we have the 49ers at Commanders. Should be a free win for the 49ers. It's, again, fluke last week against the Ravens where they just played awful. They should come back and show how good they are against the worst rated defense this year. Taking the 49ers.
Yeah, there's really not much discussion on this one. I think the 49ers, this is a kind of a boosting game. It kind of boosts their morale after that really tough loss. So this is something where they can bring some positivity in the locker room. Just another win always helps. So I got the 49ers.
Josh?
Yeah, with this game, I think it's going to be embarrassing for the Commanders. The 49ers, last week they did lose to the Ravens pretty in an embarrassing way, seeing their record. But I'm going to take the 49ers with this one.
We got the 49ers, all three of us. Okay.
All right, starting off with the 3 p.m. games, we got Steelers against Seahawks. This is a pretty entertaining game for me. I'm pretty excited for this one. How do you guys see it?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Seahawks are minus 3.5. I need the Steelers to go down. They beat me last week, so I need them to go down this week. So I'm rooting for the Seahawks all day.
I'm gonna agree with you. I'm rooting for the Seahawks. I kind of like seeing them play now.
Yeah, they're interesting. They got great offense. I like seeing DK Metcalf. I like seeing Njigba.
Yep,
talked about him last week.
We talked about him last week. I'm really looking at the Seahawks team. They got even records, so it should be good. They also do have the home field advantage. So I'm gonna go with Seahawks.
Cool, let's get it.
Yeah, these teams, they are pretty similar when it comes to record, and they're both fighting for a playoff spot. This game, I feel like thinking about it before it even happens, I feel like it's gonna be close, but I feel like it's not gonna be close. This is a coin toss for me, but I'm just gonna take the Seahawks just because they're on a 2-game win streak. They're pretty good. I love Kenneth Walker, the running back for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
He didn't have the best game last week, but I do think he'll have a much better game.
I could see the Steelers taking the win, though. Like you said, I agree with you. It is a coin toss. I could see either team winning.
Yeah, it's a 50-50. I have it in my notes as well. Mason Rudolph looked good last week. So if he comes to play like he did last week against the Bengals, then we're going to have a tough game.
Mm-hmm. But for this game, Seahawks.
See, all right. All three Seahawks. Okay. Oh, boy. I'm not ready for this game. We got the Bengals at the Chiefs. Chiefs are -7 favorites. Who knows why they're -7 when they've been playing awful for the last couple games. I think a healthy Bengals team will take this Chiefs down easy.
Yes.
Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, we're all back. We beat the Chiefs 20-0. But this game, I feel like it's going to be one of those games where Mahomes comes to play. It's a rivalry game. He's going to still use it as a rivalry game to beat the Bengals. So unfortunately, I'm going to go with the Chiefs in this game.
I like how realistic you guys are because no matter who the Bears face, I'm picking the Bears. I think I can see, this is Patrick Mahomes we're talking about. I could see him just having a game here.
Yeah, just having
It's another home game, right? So he can redeem himself after the last loss. This one,
it's tough. It's tough.
It is tough. I'm going to go with your team. I'm going to go with the Bengals.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate that.
How do you see it, Josh?
I see it as, like I said, a wake-up call for this. The Chiefs need to win this game.
Yeah.
It would be nice if the Bengals win this game, just because they're fighting for a playoff spot too. But it's more important on the Chiefs.
Yep.
And, the Chiefs, I don't know if you noticed, but last week, Patrick Mahomes, the camera was on him a lot. He was very emotional in this game. Like towards the end, he really wanted to win. You could see throughout the game too, just how he was. He was talking to the offensive line too, trying to get them ready. Mm-hmm. Obviously it didn't really work because they'd lost.
Right.
But, since it didn't work, what they need to do now is take this week seriously. They need to prepare their receivers, especially because the receivers really has been killing the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce needs to wake up. Travis Kelce needs to wake up as well. He hasn't been the same as last year or years prior, but I feel like the Chiefs know what they need to do, honestly.
Yeah. No, I think they're going to come ready to play. They're going to come with the mentality like, oh, it's the Bengals. They beat us 3 times last year. Let's take them down this year again. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs, unfortunately.
Here's the thing is like when a team owns a team, it kind of always plays out that way. Mm-hmm. Like again with the Packers, they're always going to beat the Bears.
Yeah.
And, you know, with this one, the Bengals, I just think they own the Chiefs. I'm going to take the Bengals. As silly and delusional as that sounds, I feel like the Bengals are going to win.
Let's go. I'm supporting your decision, but I'm just going to go with the Chiefs on this one. In the last 3 p.m. game, we have the Chargers at the Broncos, with the Broncos at minus 5.5. I'm taking the Broncos. They're just better. I think they're just a better team. Chargers are still, you know, working with what they have, their new coach, their new system. So I don't see them beating the Broncos yet.
I'm going to take the Chargers.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Chargers just because of their performance last week. Yeah, so they did quite well with the Bills. I think they can do even better with the Broncos. Again, as you mentioned, Josh, they're under a whole new system, the new coach. And it's proven with their match against the Bills that it's working. Something is working at least, right? You know, I do think that they can take this for a win. Now, granted, it is an away game, and I think Broncos is a cold stadium, right?
Yeah.
That'll be pretty tough for the Chargers.
My thing is the Broncos just took 2 losses back to back, right, to the Lions, and then just lost to the Patriots. So they got to come to this game, fix what's wrong with them again, and go off.
But here's the thing, you know, the Chargers. I feel like, all right, we put up a pretty good fight against the Bills. I think they're going to be looking for. I think they want to win. I think they're hunting for a win, and I think they're going to try to get it from the Broncos. How do you see it, Josh?
Honestly, with what you guys said and just like hearing your guys' points, I'm gonna take the Chargers. At first, I was thinking Broncos 100%, but now thinking of it, like how the Chargers do have a new head coach for now, it's a whole new game plan, a whole new playbook. So, like, yeah, the Broncos have a little bit of it, but they don't have a lot of it. You know what I mean? They just have one game to look at.
Right.
And the thing is, if Keenan Allen comes back, using him with this new offense, you could say, or this new play calling, it could be great. It could be great, and it could be a big surprise that the Broncos defense could possibly get.
All right, so you guys got Chargers. I got the Broncos.
God, I hope I'm right about this one.
All right, and then we got the last game of the year, actually, because the year is over at this game. Packers at the Vikings, with the Vikings are a minus 1.5 favorite. They've been playing very well. You know, they got Jefferson back. Mullins has been going off, and then we got the inconsistent Packers who almost lost to the Panthers. You know, so this is going to be a tough one to pick. I don't really know where I'm going with this one. I want to say Vikings only because they just look offensively better and defensively better. And then Packers have just been, again, inconsistent. This is 50-50. It's a coin toss again. This is a super coin toss. They're both inconsistent teams that we've seen them lose, we've seen them win. But I don't know. I can just see the Vikings taking this one at home.
And you know what? I think that they've had a little bit of a losing streak. Maybe they can pick it up with this game. I mean, they haven't been losing by much.
Yeah, they have all been close games.
They've all been pretty close games. You know what? I think I'm going to choose the Vikings.
Okay.
I'm going to choose the Vikings because, again, you know, Justin Jefferson does make a huge difference. I don't think the Packers are quite on their feet right now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Vikings.
I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers. You know, the Vikings, they are a little weird, especially when it comes to primetime games. You know, like they lost to the Bears. What was it?
12-10.
12-10. You know, the Bears, that's when they were picking stuff up a little bit. But also the Vikings, like, they are playing a little weird too, especially since they got Justin Jefferson back. Because the thing that was weird is with Justin Jefferson earlier in the season, they were playing like the Vikings were horrible.
Yeah.
And that's weird with Justin Jefferson. But once he got injured, they had like a whole winning streak going on. That was really weird. But with Nick Mullins, I'll be honest, I don't really trust him, especially on Sunday Night Football. He's really not that experienced when it comes to that. Jordan Love isn't either. But hey, he beat Mahomes when the Chiefs were kind of, you know, still doing good early in the season.
Yes, prime time.
So Jordan Love, you know, he has an idea of how to play when it comes to prime time. And, you know, the Packers, they are in the hunt for the playoff spot as well. So, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to take Green Bay.
All right. So we got 2 Vikings and 1 Green Bay. All right, guys, that wraps up Week 17. Josh, thanks so much for being here with us today. We appreciate you and your input. Rolf, another great week ahead of us. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you guys can like, share, comment, subscribe. We're on Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Give us a follow. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. See you guys next week.
See you guys.